Remember those Geico commercials that said so easy even a caveman could do it? Well, launch control in this car is kind of like that. First step, spin it into Sport Plus mode. Step 2, tap traction off to put it into sport handling. Step 3, left foot on the brake, right foot on the gas. Race start, go. Speed limit. That's launch control. It is so fun to do, and even more fun to get people's reactions in the car doing that.
My foot is not on the, oh my God! Stop already! Oh my God. 60.
And it feels great, especially with all-wheel drive. Welcome to Should I Get It? Let's get into this review. This is the 2021 Mercedes A35 AMG. This is the entry-level four-door AMG from Mercedes. It is not just an AMG package, it's a full AMG car. I think it looks fantastic. And they start at $45,000, which I think is pretty low to get into an AMG car. It is comparable with the Audi S3 if you're looking at something with a similar size, similar power, all-wheel drive. It's got a turbo 4-cylinder, and I have enjoyed all 600 plus miles that I've put on this car. So let me walk you through it first, and then we're gonna go for a drive. So first off, you can see that this car looks good finally. I thought the CLA was not a very good looking car, even the AMG adaptation of it. This car, I think, finally found its own look. It doesn't look too smushed anymore. I love the black and red combo, very MKB HD colors here. Standard on all the A-classes, you get this very large sunroof opening, which is very nice. You can see the piece of glass is huge and it actually opens. It's got a nice wind deflector, which is good. And we'll get to the interior in a second. I know a lot of you are gonna ask about trunk space, and also notice it has this little lip here. So if you swipe your foot under it, it will open the trunk for you, which is nice. There's also a button here to open it, and the backup camera flips from right there. You can see that the trunk space is fairly decent. I can fit a carry-on backpack here, so I can fit multiple of those, probably 2 or 3 if I line them up vertically. I have some camping chairs that I've been keeping in here, jackets, etc. The rear seats do fold down, but you can notice here that the uncarpeted kind of top is a little bit interesting, but you can just pull this latch right here and it will release the seat, and then you can push it down. So let me show you that right now. As we hop into the back of the car, we'll hop into here and you'll notice that the rear legroom is okay. I am 5'8". I have the driver's seat adjusted for that. I actually have some knee room here, and then you'll notice we have a USB-C port as well as air conditioning vents for the rear passengers, which is nice. A lot of smaller cars don't have rear ventilation. And then you can see that this is a split right here, so this can come down. Of course, if you move the front seat, this will come down fully, and then these two seats fold down together. You also do have a kind of ski pass, I believe, if you fold just this middle portion down, and I think there's a button for it somewhere in the release right there. Yep, so you can actually release just this section, so they're all adjustable on their own. You do have cup holders here, so you can just pop them out, and then they go like that. Not the best design, but I don't know how often you'll have people here. You have cup holders, you have USB-C, lock and unlock button, window controls, a little door pocket here, not a very big one, and then you have these speaker grills, which feel a little bit cheap, but the sound system is good in here. Now let's move on to the front, the most important part of the car, and this, oh, I just love it. First, the door. We have our seat controls here. This one has heated seats. You can get ventilated seats. And you can see it has a large door pocket. You can fit a 32-ounce bottle, no problem at all. One of my favorite features in the door pocket of the Mercedes A35 AMG is this subway footlong holder. As you can see, it fits a footlong perfectly, and you can close the door and it doesn't get in your way. This is German engineering. Look at this. This is beautiful. It's 99% beautiful. The one part I really don't like, for Apple CarPlay, one, this is USB-C. So you need an adapter, which is included with the car, which is nice that they include it. But then you have that, which is about 6 inches. You have a 3-foot cable, and then you can tuck it all here, but it doesn't look very pretty. If only there was another USB-C port. Well, there's a USB-C port right here. Hopefully you can see that. But if you plug this in here, it will play your music. It will do the audio portion, but Apple CarPlay, for some reason, only works with this front plug here. So that's that. Not a huge fan of it, but at least you do have storage up there. You have these 2 cup holders here. If you have smaller cups or cans, you can actually hit these buttons and they're little extenders, which I think is very cool. And then you have a cigarette lighter there. But that's not important. Let's start it up and show you all the cool features. So one, you have a large touchscreen here. So you have navigation, radio, comfort, all that stuff. You can see the performance of the car, and then you have different presets. So if I were to change the preset from lounge into racetrack, you'll see that it is a preset that saves all your settings. So it's going to go to Sport Plus mode. It's going to show us our vehicle information here. So we have a G meter, we also have acceleration and braking, we have our steering angles, all that, and you can see the gauges completely changed. This is also a full display. You have a ton of different settings here, different gauge styles, etc. Check out my other video, which is linked below, where you can see more info on the cool gauge system and the tech. But here, check this out. We can even have a flow. We can see the steering wheel angle. And when you hit bumps or you have suspension movement, it shows you the suspension travel in each corner. Very, very cool. You can also see tire temps and PSI, which is pretty standard. And then we have our engine power and vehicle consumption of fuel. So super neat features. The touchscreen works very well here. You also have a controller down here that you can use. I don't use the controller that much, to be honest. I use the touchscreen, but one note is that the materials in here do get dirty very fast. Hopefully you can see here, we got a lot of dust and fingerprints on the right side. We have a lot of dust and fingerprints right here. It's kind of a magnet. The touchscreen, of course, and the steering wheel stays pretty clean. On the wheel, we have a controller here. If we tap it on the right side, it goes into individual mode. You have slippery mode, individual, comfort, sport, and sport plus. On the left side, you have AMG dynamics on and off, as well as drive and manual mode selection. You can also change that here, and your suspension dampening controls. And then the thumb pad on the right side is for this display. So we can go up and down. So we can move this display with either this thumb pad, with the trackpad here, or we can just touch it. And then for the display on this side, we have the controller over here. So very nicely laid out steering wheel. Also a great feeling wheel. It's got a good girth to it. Got paddles here for the 7-speed dual clutch. And now let's go drive it.